Family, how you doing? Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Today is February 25th. We are still in this thing called Black History Month, which really shouldn't be set aside to a month. It should be every month, just like everything else. That's a whole nother other. That's not today's topic. But yeah, happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope that it was productive. Hope that it was prosperous. As normal, you know how I do. I'm sitting here with my favorite producer in the background, the one and only J Dilla. So J Dilla, for those of you all that don't know, is a producer, a legendary hip hop producer. And he was succumbed to an illness of lupus at the age of 32. In fact, let me do this while we're talking about it. I'm gonna do a Wikipedia. That way I can give some proper information to those that don't know. And if I had thought about it, I would have had a picture of him up to show you all, but let's just go ahead. J Dilla. He was born James DeWitt Yancey, and he was born February 7th, 1974. Funny, I didn't know that this month was his birthday month. Better known by the stage name J Dilla and JD. He was an American record producer and rapper who emerged in the mid-1990s. He was on the underground scene in Detroit. And he was a third of the acclaimed group Slum Village. So he was one of music industry's most influential hip-hop artists. He worked with notable acts such as Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Busta Rhymes, Erykah Badu, The Roots, Pharcyde. So just to give you all some context, those that don't know, and then we'll segue from here. Even though this is not a bad place to stay. I could do a whole show on Dilla. In fact, I'm going to be doing future shows where I do shows talking about his music as well as playing some of his music. I got a remix. I'll play that before we get out of here. Some of you all have already heard it. But if you aren't familiar with him directly, I'll give you a song. And I don't want to play it because I don't know if they're going to. I'll tell you what, this is what I'll do. I don't think I'll get flagged for doing 10 seconds of a song. Y'all think we should be all right? 10 seconds maybe? Maybe 5. If I give you 5 seconds, you'll have it. You'll know exactly what it is. Let me see here. Thanks for bearing with me. Drop a line. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Definitely, do the normal stuff. Share the video to anybody who you think would appreciate it. So let's do... I'm going to just play the first 3-4 seconds of this. Ready? This is J Dilla, one of his many hits. Y'all know it. There are times when I need someone. Y'all know it. All right, I'm gonna stop it there because I don't want to get flagged. That is J Dilla. That's one of his hits. I'm gonna give you another one. Let's do some quick let's see. All right, here we go. Here's number 2. 5 seconds, you're gonna know it right off the top. Ready? Here we go. J Dilla. Y'all know it, singing along. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Yep, that's J Dilla. I know I probably cut somebody's groove off, but we're gonna go back to where we started. We're gonna go back to where we left off, because I won't get flagged for these. Some of these weren't as popular. Colors of You. Some of these weren't as popular as some of his other songs, so we should be all right. So anyway, J Dilla, favorite producer, hands down, favorite hip hop producer of all times. To let you know how popular he is, his beat machine that he used to, you know, make his tracks is in the Smithsonian in DC. You know, you don't just get into the Smithsonian. All right, let me see who I got live with me. See who I got live with me. All the way from here to Houston, like I'm Whitney. Nah, y'all didn't know I could do it. It's been a while since I freestyled, y'all. This is where it started for me. That's why I like to play this kind of music when I'm going live. It's no jive, because it's where I started from a young one. Yeah, anyway. Let me share the video, and then we'll get rocking and rolling with our few topics for today. If you can hear me clearly, drop a line, and I'm just gonna share this to my personal page, and we're going. All right, here we go, we're live. Okay, so Mood Mondays is the place where we do a recap of last week, what we got into, what we talked about, and we just have some fun. So of course, first and most importantly, you know that I'm all about a good quote. So we're gonna start off with a few of the quotes from this past week that hit my timeline and did real fine. All right, let's start with the newest one. It's the one that we just put up. So, always choose love. I'm gonna read you the quote that goes along with that. Remember, if you're not tuning in on a daily basis, every day on my page, I do a quote a day, every day at noon. So, come on and hang out, check out the quote, drop your thoughts, because that's the most important part. I want you to share your thoughts so we can talk about the subject. So this is always choose love. Here's the quote that goes along with it. Conquer the angry one by not getting angry. Conquer the wicked by goodness. Conquer the stingy by generosity. And the liar by speaking the truth. And this is from the Dhammapada. This is from the Dhammapada, which are the Buddhist scriptures. One of my favorite. Between this and the Tao Te, not the Tao Te Ching, the Bhagavad Gita, those are some of my favorite Eastern wisdom texts. So the other quote that I put up along with that was my own, was choose the opposite action to negativity and witness the fruits of your choice. I like that little picture. So one more time. You know, I like how they cleverly spell the word love in the middle. I know you caught it the first time. I know. I still thought it was cool. From there, let's go on to another one. So, oh, you know what? Let me do this way, because I got to make sure that I'm keeping track. Because I'm reading them from my timeline as we go. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Just so I don't miss anything, let me go ahead and order on my timeline. So the first one is the live video we're watching now. Thank you for watching. Always choose love. After that, thank you to everybody who joined me for In the Shed today. You know, we were shedding on the blues, and we're continuing on with just digging into the blues. Today we got into Miles Davis, Freddie Freeloader, and that was a lot of fun. If you didn't get a chance to check out the show, go back and hit the replay. Thank you for all the donations as well. So I put out a video this past week, and I had a segment in it that you'll see in most of the videos that I released that's about teaching, or sharing as I like to call it. And it was just a video speaking about how my the entire educational side of my business is now going to be based totally on donations. I don't want to do what many do when it comes to teaching out there in the online land and YouTube land and Facebook land, where we'll give away some of the information and kind of segments so that it could be a teaser to lead people to buy the rest of the information. I hate that. I honestly, I mean, I know it has to be done, because it makes sense, but I hate it. And it's just because I'm the type of person, like I was saying in the video, where I just like to share. And because I'm a believer in reciprocity, I know it'll come back. And I just like to give, because I feel like the more you give, the more you receive. So that's what that's about. So thank you to everybody that joined in for In the Shed. Don't forget, it's every Monday and Thursday. Monday is at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Next thing is... Okay. So I put this up earlier. It's a quote that I did today. Another one of the quotes. When someone else's opinion of you matters more than your own, you are in trouble. When someone else's opinion of you matters more than your own, you're in trouble. I think it couldn't be more self-explanatory. And obviously, because I just put it up and there's 30 people already that signing off on it. Thank you. And the other thing I want, more than a like, more than just a thumbs up, please drop your thoughts. Please. Thank you, Liza, for dropping your thoughts. My good friend Liza. I can't wait to get to this section where I talk about my new friends and how happy I am, and my thank you to you. So thank you, Liza, for dropping your thoughts. And Milton, I can always count on you to drop a thought. Thank you so much. Milton says, indubitably. I love it. So thank you. But, when someone else's opinion matters more than your own, you're in trouble. And as simple as it is, I think it's worthwhile to be expanded on. Too many people's opinions are in our way of our goals and our dreams. I myself deal with it. The thing is, and I'm a confident person who I really don't give a damn what people think, like, honestly. And I do. Like my favorite mentor and online entrepreneur, Gary Vee, says, I totally give up and I don't at the same time. And to put it in context, it's important to understand what other people think about you. But what matters most is what you think about yourself. Unless you don't think highly of yourself and other people do. I mean, that's a different scenario. And even then, it's still more important for you to know that when it comes to yourself, you don't think highly of yourself and examine that. That's still more important, because you got to get that together, But at least in that case, you have some other people who can reinforce some positive, ideas until you get there. And I think this is just something that we just don't realize enough. Like, we think we're operating by our own means a lot of times, when really, it's not. It's based on, wanting validation from others and not wanting to be judged. But a lot of times we don't want to be judged by the very thing that, like, literally makes us who we are. And that's going to lead to another quote. I might as well do this one while we're here. So my good friend Andre Forbes, he put this quote up a couple days ago, and I loved it so much that I had to share it. So as you can see, this quote says, it's better to be unique than the best, because being the best makes you the number one, but being unique makes you the only one. I couldn't agree with that more, because I really don't care about being the best, because best is relative. You know, at best, best is relative. Okay, that's the next quote I'm gonna put up, y'all. At best, in fact, I gotta do it right now so I don't forget. This is live TV, y'all. This is Aaron Hill TV. Here we go. At best, being the best is relative. That's it. I think the rest, it just speaks for itself from there. You know what? And the only thing I forgot, and I'll go back and add it. At best, being the best is relative. Focus on being you. You know. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let me share this to my personal page. Sorry, I'm muddling along so slowly, but I do have a few more things to get into. At best, being the best is relative. Why it's important to simply master you. And I got people commenting already. Thank you, Alice. Okay, let's jump back to it. So, you know, that's really important because when you take any subject, you know, when I take what I'm doing online and for my career, I'm a musician, you know, I'm fortunately a full-time musician. I get the opportunity to do what I love every day. And there are also other musicians out there as well, incredible musicians that are much better than myself. But, you know, those stakes is high. You know those stakes are high, but it doesn't matter. Those of y'all that didn't catch that, this is an instrumental called Stakes is High. Now y'all should know this. This is another one of those hits. Now, even though this was it's a popular hit by Jay Dilla, it was done by a group called De La Soul. If you're from the 90s, you know De La Soul. If you're from the 90s and you don't know De La Soul, we got some things to talk about. Stakes is high. So, you know, there are other people that are much, much better at doing music than myself. You know, there are much more people that's better than sewing than you are, cooking than you are. You know, anything you do, there are people that are better than you. But there's nobody better at being you than you. And now I gotta put that up. This is how it happens for me. Like, this is why I'm glad that you all are appreciating the quotes that I come up with, because this is how it happens. It downloads. There's nobody better at being you than you. You have no competition. I like that one. Y'all see how happy I get? Like, I literally get this happy over a quote. Y'all see I'm like a kid in a candy store, cheesing. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Pardon me. I hope it's okay. So there's nobody better at being you than you. So don't worry about anything. You have no competition. Right? I was just doing this. I don't want this photo here. I'm sorry, y'all. They doing, as they say, Facebook is doing too much. How am I feeling right now? I'm gonna throw up. I'm cheesing. I'm gonna just put the cheesy grin, because that's how I'm cheesing right now. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really supposed to be talking and going. We got a lot. I'm sorry. We got a lot to go through. Okay, so being unique is better than being the best, because there's nobody better at being you than you. So even if somebody cooks the way can cook what you can cook, even if somebody can play the piano the way that you can play the piano, there's nobody that can play the style of you better than you. So that means you have nothing to worry about. That means all you gotta do is just master being yourself, look at what your strengths are and highlight those more than your weaknesses. You know, I have certain strengths that I try to highlight. I don't worry about all the things that I can't do. And this is something that I thought about a while back when we look at our favorite like icons, whether they're music icons or singers or entrepreneurs or even if they're our parents. Like we never talk about every now and then, and when we're in the wrong mindset, we talk about the things that they aren't good at. But for the most part, when we idolize somebody, we mainly just care about what they're good at. I thought about this with one of my favorite pianists in the early 2000s. His name is Kevin Bond. When I was playing gospel music really heavily and studying, Kevin Bond became like one of my favorite players. And Kevin Bond can play both the piano and he can play the organ. He can play anything with keys. But the thing is, he never played the organ. That like, how can I put this? What he's known for, that's a better way to put it. What he's known for is not the organ. He's known for his piano playing. Now, you know, in gospel music, if you can play the piano, then people also want to know, can you play the organ? Because they're two different instruments and, you know, you're kind of expected to play both. Nobody cared if Kevin Bond played the organ ever because his piano playing was so amazing. And his particular style of piano playing was so amazing. Never thought about what he couldn't do. You know, even Michael Jackson probably couldn't cook. You know, like we don't talk about what people can't do. We just appreciate people for what they can do. So appreciate yourself for what you do and what you do well. What makes you you, what sets you apart, and what allows you to be unique. And just double, triple, quadruple down on admitting that to the world, building on that, like capitalizing on that. Okay, y'all can see I go in. I can't help it. I enjoy it. Okay, here's the next one that really, this was the culprit for that. Like this was the one that I put up 4 hours ago this morning. A lot of you all have liked it so far, and please again, more than likes, drop your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your wisdom. So this one is also about opinions. And I got it here. Like to see it? Here it goes. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. So, you know, that speaks for itself, but I still think it's worthwhile saying. Because for many of us, even when it comes to the good things, now this is really important. This is probably more important than like the bad. Anytime we think about someone's opinions, we always think of like people's bad opinions. But I actually had a revelation like 5 years ago that only talked about the good side of things and talked about how you had to be careful of that too. So, you know, if someone thinks that you're the greatest at something, that's great. Like kudos to them, kudos to you for being great. But you can find yourself, I had a conversation recently with one of my good friends. You can find yourself trying to live up to something that, even though it's a good thing, it's not your thing. You know, you can find yourself trying to live up to a good standard that's not really your standard. It's just the standard you're going for because of the fact that it was subjectively deemed as good. And people will do this in a heartbeat. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, as a musician, this is, and you know, any artists or musicians out there, you can definitely chime in because you know how this goes. Whatever the crowd gets used to us for, they don't want to hear anything else. It can be hard as a musician and an artist because once your audience gets used to you in a particular way, they don't want to hear anything else. And so, hey, what's going on, Clarence? Hey, bro. I see your message, man. I'll hit you back shortly. Let me take a look and see what's up. So, you know, as an artist, as a musician, Clarence, you can speak on it. Clarence can speak on it. Whatever people get used to about you as a musician, that's all they want to hear. And that could be a good thing, and it could be a bad thing. So I'm saying that, like, even if someone else's opinion of you is that you're the greatest at this, maybe that's not what you want to do. So you want to be careful of, like, that becoming now your opinion. You know, if it's your opinion, it's your opinion. Just be careful that you're not striving for it just because that's what everybody else wants to see. Because you will find yourself in the same place that you find yourself if it's a negative position as well. So what's next? Okay, I put up a post 5 hours ago. And all of this is on my public figure page for those that are looking for this stuff. Don't forget, we heading over there now. We hanging out over there. So this was a video that one of my friends sent me, and the video is a guy in his car rapping, or no, he's in his car doing a joke about his buddy being a rapper and calling him and saying, you gotta listen to this video. I said it's him rapping because I think he did it as a solo thing and just recorded his voice. But the guy sends him a clip. He listens to the clip, and the clip is just like vulgar. It's terrible. He's talking about all kinds of drugs, like all kinds of crazy stuff. And the guy is just like, he can't believe it. And then he gets to one part, and he